I'm here today to tell you how science saved me, because science really saved me more than once in my life. I was born in a small town in the south of Italy, where the beauty of the sea can literally take your breath away and stay in your eyes and in your heart forever, even when you leave it. I'm the youngest out of 4 sons. I have 3 brothers, quite older than me, making a lot of fun of my mom when I say that she got pregnant of me just because she failed accounts, you know? My mom was waiting for another boy, actually. She was pretty sure. So much that my name would have been Marco. But I was a girl in the end, which is quite undeniable, right? But being a girl for my mom basically meant cooking, maybe embroidering, finding an husband, and raising a family. Education? Unnecessary for a woman. Just the minimum for not being ignorant, she said. And just to be very clear, the minimum for her stopped before the high school. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm delightful to be here today to tell you my story. My name is Carla de Luca, industrial engineer, PhD in turbo machinery, energy and environmental systems, computational fluid dynamic expert, the Navier-Stokes equation lady someone named me in the past, a former academic researcher in the aerospace sector. Today, I'm the global program manager for sustainability inside the global purchasing organization at Electrolux, leading our sustainable procurement program. I love many things, actually, but let's try to summarize. I love the sea, diving, the pink color, traveling, pug dogs, yoga and sport, music. I'm a singer and a pianist. And since when I have memory, I'm passionate with maths, physics, astrophysics, crossword, puzzles, riddles, and encryption. Well, now, based on my preamble, I guess you can imagine that getting there was not exactly so smooth for me, right? Everything I have done so far, my mom still disapproves. Yeah. I'm still the 4th boy. Even worse, since none of my brothers graduated in the end. Can you imagine which kind of drama for my mom? Yeah. I'm the imperfect girl, passionate with science, a complex daughter for her to manage. But you know, I believe that if my life is actually mine and I can live it for myself, then I have to do it for myself first, not just been looking for a permission to do so. Hence, I got my master's degree with an experimental thesis on a CHCP system serving a residential cluster. CHCP stands for cogeneration of heat, cooling, and power. One of the most efficient systems to heat building up during the winter time, cool them down during summertime, producing hot water, and at the same time generating enough electricity to feed the system itself, the whole residential cluster, and to sell the extra electricity amount on the grid. So a fantastic system. But again, when we put ourselves first, doing things like saying no, speaking up. We sometimes pay a very high price for that. And this is what I did, actually. And this is when science saved me again, when it made me understand that love can be many things, but never, ever violence. It happened during my PhD. At that time, I was carrying out full speed my research activity on active flow control on airfoils and turbomachinery blades by using synthetic jet and plasma actuators. Two main application fields: an aeronautical application on UVS, so unmanned vehicle systems, and an high-loaded subsonic compressor stator cascade. The scope of my research was the suppression of the boundary layer to optimize the aerodynamic efficiency of airfoils and blades by optimizing their loading, reducing their drag, and so consequently turbulence, and lowering fuel burns. The research and the job were so exciting, but at the same time, my personal life was a nightmare. At that hard time, science was my peaceful land, the only place where I could reconnect to myself and shape all my numbers and figures and my thoughts as well. To try to protect me from what was going on, I decided to start looking for another job. Laboratory system engineer working on systems and CFD simulation at Electrolux. Good job, I thought. I got the job. And I moved alone, far away from my sea, my home places, and my loved ones. And sorry, guys, an emotional moment. So, since I hate to stop something which I have not finished yet, I decided in parallel to continue my research activity from remote. And almost 11 months later, I concluded my PhD, and my thesis was published on Aerospace Science and Technology, the Elsevier journal. I was super happy and super proud about myself. But, you know, I still felt broken deep inside. But, you know, I believe that we never know how much powerful and strong we are, since being strong is the only choice we have. So it was hard. It was really hard to go across my pain, my rage, my disappointment, but I came back to myself. And I found me waiting with a hopeful heart. Different, but still intact. Not fallen apart as I thought I was. And I realized that I have never lost the key. And this is when science saved me the third time, when I realized that it was probably the right time for me to step out from my scientific comfort zone, stop looking at the mirror and start looking outside the window to discover new territories, growing my competencies, and trying to understand if my technical background could have been useful and applicable somewhere else, and still bringing valuable results. And this is when I moved from the laboratory to the purchasing organization. And to be very honest with you today, at that time, I had no clue about what we purchased, actually. So I had to learn really everything from scratch. Prices, commodities dynamic, financial targets, saving logics, raw material trends, negotiation, supplier management, and so forth. But at the same time, I was lucky enough to have been surrounded by very clever managers who probably understood that my competencies could have been very useful, also in a purchasing context, as it was, actually. So what's my message for you today? Don't be scared about changing. Jump. If you believe it worth, jump and never give up, because I changed my course, but still keeping and respecting my identity. So at that time, I launched the first application for additive manufacturing to integrate conformal cooling channels inside plastic injection molding tools, with the ambition to reduce the cooling time, which can constitute up to 70% of the final cycle time for plastic injection, for plastic components production. So the result was amazing. 25% reduction on final cycle time, which is a very relevant result also for the purchasing community, because to be very practice, lower cycle time means lower component price due to higher productivity. So the year after, I was awarded at the Winter Weekend, which is the Alfred Nobel Dynamics factory in Stockholm, with the Electrolux Purchasing Award. You can see some picture, also part of my team and my managers, because my second message is that we never succeed alone. And the year after, so this year, I turned 40. And I realized that my mom prophecy actually came true. And it's so funny to be a woman and to turn 40 and to not be married yet and to not having kids yet. You really start hearing crazy things. For example, well, why someone like you is still single? And they look at you as if they would discover which kind of hidden disease you have. Yeah. And have you ever thought about having kids? Well, you are so independent. Why you don't just have kids on your own? It's unbelievable. I grew up dreaming my wedding. And I dreamed to have been chosen by a kind and sexy and powerful man, and to have a little baby girl by the name of Celeste. But I also dreamed to graduate, being an engineer, possibly a scientist, finding a beautiful job, trying to make an impact on anything I do, and help other women to find their voices. I built my life one brick at a time. I fell down, I got up again, and I have become a woman that I'm really very proud to be. But then someone continued to remind you that it's never too late for your life to get meaning, you know? Well, I believe that my life is full of meaning, actually. But my worth is diminished anytime I'm reminded that I probably failed on my carriage and marriage count. Me, the Navier-Stokes equation lady, failing on my counts. Guys, I'm healthy, okay? I eat well, I work out, I smell good. I get waxing regularly. I mostly work on time. I'm compassionate, a good friend, a hard worker. I take out the garbage before it gets smelling. I clean my place. I change sheets and bulb. I recycle, and I'm a woman in tech. So I'm pretty sure that I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm doing great, I believe. And I still see margin for improvement, right? So the year after, just to be super, super quick, the year after, and this is when science saved me the last time so far, I landed to sustainability by leading our sustainable procurement program, actually. The idea, the target is to drive my company and my organization to incorporate sustainability in our purchasing procedures by including social and environmental factors along with the financial and the operational parameters in the decision-making process. So this is an amazing journey for us. Sustainability is a story of resilience. It's about self-preservation. It's about understanding the connection between our choices and their consequences. And it's about having the possibility to change what we believe is wrong. So sustainability is a story of resilience, as mine. And this is the reason why I love this job so much. And you know what? According to Project Drawdown, a world-class research organization that review, analyze, and identify the most valuable global climate solution, in the top 20 list of solutions to reverse the global warming, there is a particular one named Women and Girls, Educating Girls and Family Planning. This means that when they are combined, it's the top one solution to reverse global warming, allowing more than 120 gigatons of equivalent carbon dioxide reduction from the atmosphere when the solution is implemented over a 30 years period of time. So this means that gender equality, empowering women and girls, having the right to access an equal quality level in education, and to choose to raise a family by choice rather than chance, can solve the climate change. And this is even more about economic improvement, it's about human rights, it's about justice, and it's about freedom of choice. Educate women and their community will prosper. Deny them education and the whole world will suffer. If with my job, somehow, I can contribute to educate even one single girl more on this planet, that would really be, for me, the greatest success ever in my life. Educated women can save themselves and make the world a better place. We are the engine, and science is the fuel. Thank you so much.